the second topic that we have taken today is Financial Inclusion Index. I hope there is an understanding of what financial inclusion is. Financial inclusion means that the greater part of our community, the greater part of people we have are included into some kind of banking channel. Okay, not necessarily the conventional banks, but also some kind of banking channels. RBI's March Financial Inclusion Index shows growth in all segments. This has been released now, but the data they have considered is for March of 2020-22. Okay, but that is not our concern. We have to, since it has been released now, we have to study it. Now, very important, who releases the Financial Inclusion Index? It is RBI. Okay, what is that index? Now, what are the three pillars of financial inclusion? Financial inclusion not only means the inclusion of people into some kind of financial channel. It also means access to, one can be included. Okay, once a person gets registered, once a person opens a bank account, but what if the bank is too far, like 18 to 20 kilometers away from his home? So he might get a bank account, but the access to that bank account becomes a limitation for him because of the distance, for example. Okay, or for example, even if a person gets a bank account and he faces some kind of fraud, then a financial inclusion faces a setback, because although the person was having a bank account, but the access to that bank account is limited by the lack of the financial education. Okay, that means not only having a bank account, not only having a payment wallet, or not only having a payment bank's account, but also access to it, which includes financial education, is a part of financial inclusion. Okay, that means the quality of the financial system, the access to the financial system, and of course the inclusion of people into that financial system. Okay, about it is a comprehensive index. That means that includes a lot of things, which includes detail of banking, investment, not only banking as I have talked about, but also insurance, any kind of financial services, right? We are not only talking about banking. Banking is only part of financial inclusion, but also investment, insurance, as well as pension sector, right? In consultation with, like, RBI releases this financial inclusion index in consultation with government and respective social sectoral regulators. Like pensions ka sectoral regulator is IRDA, PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. Since similarly, insurance का है Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, IRDA. These are regulatory authorities. Regulatory authorities means these are the authorities or bodies which regulate or make laws for the specific sector, like insurance, banking, pension. Okay, so in consultation with sectoral regulators and the government, the RBI compiles this financial inclusion index, and it was developed by RBI in 2021 without a base year. It does not has a base year. Like CPI and WPI, they all have a base year. Now it is 2011-12, and that means they will be making a comparison from the 2011-12, and they will be making adjustments for inflation of 2011-12. Similarly, financial inclusion index does not have any kind of base year. Okay, it captures the extent of financial inclusion across the country. Okay, and it is based on 97 indicators. Now, what is the significance? It of course provides the governments, the banks, and the investment people, everyone, with a picture of the current financial sector, as to how the financial sector is performing, how many people are in the actual financial channel, or how as a country are we performing in the financial inclusion. Okay, it also every G20 country has also a mandate that they should compile a financial inclusion index, and then this becomes necessary for India. Okay, The financial inclusion index also is a reflection of development indicators. Okay, financial inclusion, higher financial inclusion naturally implies a higher level of development as compared to the country which has lower financial inclusion. Okay, it also facilitates research in academia and industry as well. Now let's look at the parameters. The score is from 0 to 100. 0 means zero financial inclusion, 100 means complete financial inclusion. Yeah, 0 means complete financial exclusion and 100 means complete financial inclusion, right? There are three broad parameters under which these 97 indicators function. These parameters are access, usage and quality, right? Like access means how many people have been registered as a bank, registered bank account holders, or pension fund holders, or insurance holders, or postal services holders, or any payment banks holder, wallet holder, right? How many people are actually having a financial channel to make transactions? That is the access part, and it comprises of 35% of the total weight. Okay. Then comes usage. Not only having a bank account is a thing, also how are you putting use to that specific bank account? Okay, that becomes very important, right? So usage 45% and quality 20%. Quality of services means is ATM working or not, right? Is the bank being able to provide the people with the specific kind of needs that they have? Okay. With each of these consisting various dimensions, which are completely based on a number of indicators, like 97 indicators as we talked about. India's financial inclusion. Now, the findings are that India's financial inclusion has improved from the last year from 53.9 to 56.4. Like the score is from 0 to 100. We are in the somewhere around the mid. We are performing somewhere around the mid and a bit right to the mid towards 100. Okay, that is 56.4. Our financial inclusion index is around 56.4. That means we are performing at the mid of it, right? There's a huge scope of improvement right now. The improvement has been seen across all sub-indices. That means from the last year, from 53.9 to 56.4, there has been an improvement in almost all the sectors. For example, access, usage and quality. Okay. So I hope you understood this small but important topic. So what we have to remember here is that Financial Inclusion Index is released by RBI in consultation with the government and the sectoral regulators. The second point that we have to remember is India has performed well from the previous year when we were scoring 53.9 and now we are scoring 56.4, right? We are scoring 56.4 from 53.9 and we have seen an improvement or an increase in almost all these sectors, right? All the various, the broad parameters that are access, usage and what quality of banking or financial services. Moreover, there are three broad pillars: the quality, usage and the quality, usage and access, and there are 97 parameters. The score lies from 0 to 100. I hope that you understood the very small summary, but it is very important, right? It can come as a one-liner question in the prelims. Okay.